Let's go. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. Hey. All right, everybody. We're right, everybody. The show is about to begin. Epis Radio, WW Dubois, Maddie B. We're going to be going on soon. Of course, Twitch, YouTube. The show is about to begin, guys. The baseball season has ended for many, but it's just begun for most. And we're in the 2025 MLB playoffs, and we're going to be talking about it live shortly on Epis Radio. Your boy, W. Dubois, Maddie B. Let's go for a ride. Epis Radio shortly. Jackson Dart making his debut for the New York Giants yesterday afternoon. Put an impressive performance, waking up the Giant Nation and Big Blue. And we're going to be talking about it shortly on Epis Radio. Maddie B, W. Dubois, your boy is coming right at you. Where are we going? Where are we? Number 38? 38? I believe so, guys. Episode 38 is upon us. We're going to be all over the place. Well, I mean, there's a lot to talk about. It's that time of the year. Sports is just everywhere, and every sport is just, there's something to talk about, whether it's the beginning of the NFL season or the end of the MLB regular season. You know, we're going into the Fall Classic. It's October. College football is here. You know, WNBA playoffs. We got Maddie B. Maddie B's going to really break that down. We're going to be talking about it all. Epis Radio. Epis Radio 38, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, 38, big 38, Epis Radio 38 special, week number 4 in the National Football League. Sunday is gone. We got a doubleheader tonight. We got Cincinnati and Denver. We got the Jets in Miami. Big games all around. Every game's big at this time of the year. Everybody's still in it. Epis Radio number 38 coming right at you. We got the Jets in Miami. Big games all around. Every game's Of course, we're going to spend the time on the New York Mets and their situation and the big collapse, and call it what it is. We're going to be talking about that on number 38, Epis Radio, number 38. We're going to go into it. You know, we're going to hear Maddie B's opinion, and We're gonna hear what Matty B's got to say after the big marathon. Matty B's gonna join us. He's gonna talk about those Mets, and we're gonna give it a listen. It's gonna be interesting. I'm sure it's gonna be opinionated, and looking forward to it. I'm really looking forward to that. Right around the corner. Matty B's right. Matty B's in the shadows. He's footsteps away, people. Number 38, Epis Radio. We can't. I'm pumped up about it. You gotta love it. What you got was Matty B. Here he is, footsteps away. Matty B, Epis 38. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen.
Throw out a promotion online because that's what I asked you to do.
Listen. I recorded one. I didn't send it out. I didn't post it yet. All right.
Let's go.
You want
put
an
one
Instagram
out.
post? Everyone's waiting on my Instagram to see this, right? All right. That's what they're waiting. I'm gonna give it to them. Yeah.
What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Matty B, Epis Radio. Alright, episode 30. Jesus, I think it's 39 now? No, I don't even know. 38, 39. Oh, jeez, I gotta get that right. Hold on.
How did that one get ruined? That one got ruined.
38.
That one kind of got.
Why is my stuff not here? Hold on. What's going on, everybody? Happy Mental Health Monday.
Jackson Dart. Jackson Dart. Never too much. Here. Yesterday afternoon with an impressive performance, waking up Giant Nation. Impressive performance, waking up. Yesterday afternoon, Jackson Dart making it Giants. Yesterday afternoon, with an impressive performance, waking up Giant Nation. Talking about it. Jordan on this week. And wow. Your boy is coming in. Jackson Dart. Giants. Yesterday afternoon, with an impressive performance, waking up Giant Nation. So, Jordan on this week. Matty wow. Your boy is coming. they have to know within it. Okay. I don't know.
What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Matty B, Epis Sports Radio. It's episode 38. The Mets have completed the collapse. It is over. It ends on game 162. We're going to talk about it. I ran a marathon yesterday. I did something noteworthy, at least, outside of the Mets, but we're going to get all into it. I'm going to break it all down. I'm on vacation. I shouldn't even be doing this right now, but I had to talk about it because I got to vent a little bit. It's too much. It's just too much. It shouldn't have gone down this way. And, well, there's a lot to unpack. I got my boy W. Dubois waiting in the wings. Alright, let's get this show on the road. This is the vacation version of Epis Sports Radio, alright? Don't got all the bells and whistles. Just trying to piece together whatever we can and do and make a show for you guys. And talk a little bit about baseball, football, and whatever else is in the conversation. Alright, everybody, keep showing up. As always, let's get this show on the road.
Broadcasting from the capital of sports, it's the Matty B Show. Right here on Epis Sports Radio. Matty B.
And it's swung on and into the air. To deep right center. That ball is high. That is far. It is gone. Very deep is right. Hits one deep to left field. Headley back near the wall.
The Mets win the ball game. Yeah. We didn't hear a lot about that this year. God damn it.
Eric Decker holds it in.
Yay.
In overtime.
The pain. Matty B. All right. What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Matty B, Epis Sports Radio, episode 38. The Mets collapse is finally complete. I don't know what to tell you, Dub. I can't believe that we're actually here. It ends on a game 162. I'm on vacation. I'm enjoying myself. Ran a marathon yesterday, AGK marathon. Look at the shirt. All right. The vibes are good. Even after my marathon, I gotta come home. I'm thinking, I'm praying, I'm hoping. Are the Mets gonna find a way? Are the Mets gonna find a way? Will I come home to just a victory? Not home, but where I'm staying at up here. And of course not. No. By the time I get back, it's just in time to see them finish off the ninth inning. They don't put up one run. The gutless bastards, all of them. I don't know what else to call it. And that was it. They go silently into the night. As you predicted, Miami would find a way to finish them off.
On Marathon Sunday.
On Marathon Sunday for me. Wow. I'm at a loss for words, Brian. Like, it really is. I just didn't expect this. You're talking about a payroll upwards of $300 million, second highest payroll in all of baseball. Mind you, do you know who the first time payroll is? Because I don't. Yeah, who is it? Is it? I guess the Dodgers, right? I would assume.
It's gotta be the Dodgers, huh?
It's gotta be the Dodgers. But they had a lot of deferred money, so I'm thinking maybe not. But outside of that, who is it? But
it's Dodgers, Mets, Yankees.
It probably is,
but it's Dodgers and the Mets.
But needless to say, here we go. The wild card starts tomorrow, and the Mets aren't there. It's crazy to think, they were one of the best teams in all of baseball, if not the best, arguably, a couple of months ago. They were like 45 and like 26. Pitching was outstanding, and all of a sudden it all fell apart. I had a couple of friends reach out to me, say, what was the problem? Listen, offensively, they put up ridiculous numbers at times, actually, especially in summertime. And you look at some of these guys, Nimmo, Soto, Alonso, even Lindor, I wouldn't necessarily point to them and say they were the problem. Relied a lot on their youth, that's for sure. The Beatties of the world, Vientos, Acuna, Alvarez. And, some of it panned out, some of it didn't. There's some question marks for sure. But when it comes down to the pitching, it flamed out. It flamed out. The fact that Senga wasn't even there in the last couple of series tells you the whole story. Minaya was completely unreliable, even though he puts up a halfway decent start in the final game, but yet the offense, ironically, does nothing. So what do you do? Where do you go from here? Do you fire Mendoza? David Stearns today, had a press conference, State of the Union, if you will, for the Mets, and says, Mendoza is definitely coming back next year. I've already had a couple of friends reach out say this is bullshit. We should move on. Where are we going? I don't know. I don't know if Mendoza is necessarily the problem. I don't know if, it's just, Stearns not putting together a competent team. Did a little bit of luck not go their way this year? For sure. You look at the game yesterday, Pete literally hits a record-breaking liner for 116 mile per hour exit velo, and it results in an out.
Right to the guy.
Results in an out, right? That sucks. And not for nothing, I'm not saying that was the reason, luck's not on their side, but I did see a lot of that this year. At the end of the day, results are results. You need to perform, you need to show up, and they didn't do it when they need to. The fact that they couldn't even beat up a Cincinnati team or a Miami team here late in the season is ridiculous. Pitching was completely incompetent. If you look back in the games a month, 2 months ago, just game after game where they're putting up 5-6 runs, they're coming back mid-game, or they're up 5-1, and all of a sudden blow the lead. It's non-stop with them. And it really did boil down to the pitching. That whole premise of, the Mets have the greatest pitching staff, that needs to be reevaluated. Something went wrong here. You look at guys like Ryan Hesley and how he just, did not perform. And that's a conundrum in itself. Now he's a free agent, by the way. Do you sign him? Do you bring him back? You know what I'm saying? honestly, I would knee-jerk reaction. I'd be like, yeah, why not? Like, you look at what Edwin Diaz did with his first year with the Mets. He didn't perform, kind of, struggled, but ended up being great. Was good this year overall. It's tough, man. Now, Pete are already opting out of his contract. He's a free agent. The way it's already starting to feel is like he's gone. Do we shake everything up now? Where do we go from here, man? I guess, and on another note, too, this now proves that you don't need to spend money to be successful in Major League Baseball. That's it. That whole narrative is out the window. It's gone. You don't need it. It's nonsense. Mets spend what? Nearly $800 million on Soto?
I mean, we probably didn't need a Met collapse to teach us that, but
no, we did
it
not.
definitely
But
was another.
this solidifies it, right?
It definitely was another lesson. Yeah, it definitely is another lesson. Man, Matty B. Whoo.
It's a lot to unpack. I'm sorry, bro. I went off
listening
to start the show.
listening to you, it feel like, damn, because yesterday was just the end of it, but like it was a slow burn and a long,
it really was.
long, winding, painful road that everyone saw happening when it was happening. Like, you're out of control, you're gonna crash. It was like that, but it took forever. It was a million cuts, and yesterday was, like you said, it was a culmination. When you were talking about the line drive to Alonso and the gap with the bases loaded, it was just a mix of things. Whether it was just a little bit of bad luck, everything not good that can happened in the last 90 days, in the last 100 days or so. When you look at the lead blown, they couldn't beat the Reds. Never, like, when you look at the lead that Detroit blew, even though they kind of got through the back door into the playoffs. When you look at the lead they blew in a short amount of time, it was like Cleveland was red hot when Detroit went bad, right?
Yeah.
So it just happened so quickly, right? Almost 10 games in 10 days, 10 and 11, I think it was. But with the Mets, it's not like Cincinnati was this gangbuster chasing them down and just like, we're gonna, it was never like that. Cincinnati, like, they won 83 games.
Right.
Or what is it, 83 or 84? 83, right?
I think it was 83.
They won, which was already really not a great team to be making a postseason. Even in the new 16 format, it's not a great record. Come on.
No.
83.
This comes in expanded playoffs, and you can't make the postseason as a Mets team?
Right. You can't make the playoffs. Right. And you got this young team, so many holes. Like you said, they're way more
83 games,
expensive.
83 wins for Cincinnati.
You get Cincinnati in September, you lose to them 2 out of 3 one-run games. Yeah. When you need to score, you can't score, you get pitching. When you get pitching, then you can't score. Yeah. It's like nothing ever, the pieces never, ever, ever fit.
Right.
Ever.
Right.
So, man,
I agree.
And then,
it's like everything that could go wrong did go wrong. And that was the epitome of this Mets 2025 season. Yeah.
Could go wrong at the right time.
And it's typical Met fashion. They just reel you in. I went to a lot of games this year. A decent amount of games, not a lot, but decent amount of games.
You went to 10 games, man.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and just being there, like, they really in. You thought that there was something to look forward to with this team. And it's just like, man.
You watch all these other teams, they sturdy the course, whether it's the Phillies, who had their bumps, but they sturdy the ship, or the Yankees, your cross-town rival, you watch them have their bumps around the same time, but they sturdy the ship. You see this Marlins team waiting to snack on you, then you just say, go ahead, have me. It's wow. Did you see Gary Cohen, how salty he was when he was like, look at the Marlins, they're taking pictures?
I did see a highlight of that. And you know what? Listen,
he was so
it's
salty.
Not even that. I know he's salty a little bit, but he's right. What I love about Gary is that he's pointing out, look, Miami had nothing to really play for, but they at least took pride in themselves to show up and go ahead and kick your ass. That was their World Series. He said it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's
They
it.
did.
That was their World
He was
Series.
so
They
disgusted,
showed
yo.
up
Gary was so
and they played.
disgusted.
And rightfully so. I was disgusted watching it myself, as every Met fan should be, as every baseball fan should be. Show up, man. I think Soto put up an 0 for last night. Am I correct? As good as he was this year, and I'm not knocking him. He had a great year, and it was on his historic year.
If he'd got that 40 stolen base in the 7th inning, Met fans be going nuts.
No, that's not true. But that's not true, by the way. They could care less if that would have happened.
No, I mean in a bad, they've been pissed.
In a bad way?
Oh, this guy cares
about stats. You're probably right about that. Yeah. Oh, his ego. Yeah. You're probably right about that.
He was starting to make sure he got that stolen base, though, right? That 40-40, right? Remember Jose Reyes when he pulls himself? When he had the back championship locked up?
Yeah, but the difference between that is that the Mets were kind of out of it, right? At that time?
Jose did it? Yeah, they were done.
Yeah, they were done. They were done, so it didn't matter, right? Yeah. So you're right. That would start a hard controversy between everybody. Like that'd be a problem, big time. Everybody, thank you for joining us. I am on vacation right now, so the setup's a little different. I know you're looking around like, ooh, look at this. What's behind him? I'm up here in Lake Placid. Just ran a marathon yesterday, ADK marathon. 3rd marathon for me this year. My body is absolutely broken, and I'm just trying to survive. I'm here, I finished yesterday. I obviously came home, watched the ending of the 9th inning in the Mets, and I was running on such high adrenaline after just running the marathon, feeling good, and then I come back to the Airbnb and then have to see that breakdown. It's just absolutely terrible, man. I just distraught. Can't really put it any other way. I didn't get to watch much of the football. I don't know what the Jets did, Giants. What's going on? I was not tuned in. I heard Jackson Dart won.
Tonight.
That was awesome. I was talking with a spectator before the marathon started. He was wearing a Giants jersey up in Lake Placid. So I had to say something. I was like, good luck with Jackson Dart today. Have a good time. Hope it's good. And we were talking a little football before my marathon. I had a freaking porta potty situation right before the start of the marathon. Dub, just buy me some time real quick. I just gotta check on Charlie. 5 seconds, I'll be right back.
You had a porta potty situation again.
Yeah, porta potty situation as we speak.
Matty, man, what a weekend for him. But like we said, we kind of predicted it. We said going into the last shows, we had 6 games to go. We were talking about the last 6 games. One case scenario would be, Mets getting eliminated on Marathon Day. We talked about it could be happened before, but of course, the Mets weren't going to put Matty out of his misery before the race. They were going to do it on the same day. They were going to do their dirt. But I mean, honestly, people, I don't want to be the guy to say it because everyone knows my allegiance is with the New York Yankees, with the Bombers. But what did we expect, right? What did we expect? Matty knew it. Gino was talking about it. You guys out there, you guys knew this was happening. We saw it happening in real time. And like I said, there was 1,000 cuts every day. Every day, a bunch of little cuts. You see Mania going out there for the Sunday game. Come on. What good can happen? What good was going to happen? You knew Sean Mania was going out there. And then he's not too bad. He's not that bad, but they get a couple runs early. Well, wow. Unbelievable. What do we got here? Oh, that's wonderful, my friend. That was the text that I need to get. So, yeah. So, it's tough, The it was reminiscent of other Met collapses.
Ugh.
Saturday, the great game by
I'm back.
Clay, right, Maddie?
What?
On Sunday, Clay Holmes with a great pitching performance on Saturday. On Saturday, sorry.
Saturday,
Yeah, but of course it's the setup, wasn't it? You knew. So yeah,
Always,
give
and
me
that
this
and that's been
cross.
the year. It's been the year always. You know, like listen, the
This
whole Clay
year, it's
Holmes
been
thing.
this the year. This has been the history of the
Right.
orange and blue baseball team.
Yeah, for
This is
sure.
not a year. This is all the time. You get the big game on Saturday. You need to win tonight, and then they're gonna go in, and then Sunday they kill you.
Yeah.
Nothing. It was the same thing in 08. I think it was Santana on a Saturday night. I believe he was awesome. And then they got him in the same situation in Florida. Florida didn't have nothing to play for. And then Glavine came out in the afternoon game and they got shut out. Glavine got smacked around in the first 2 innings and they got shut out.
Right.
Bing, bam, boom. Glavine never puts a Met uniform on again. And that's it. Then they pull the team apart. So I think that was the season with when after Willie got canned. Jerry Manuel, when Jerry Manuel was the manager. 08. But you knew it. Everyone knew it.
So like I was saying, before I left real quick, I did, run my marathon yesterday. I wanted to talk a little bit about that because at least I showed up yesterday, did my thing.
You
Unlike the Mets, yeah.
did.
And did their thing, man.
Yeah. You had to, man. Somebody had to do it, man.
Somebody had to show up, right? But it was tough yesterday, man. Let me tell you. Tough conditions as I started. It was a little on the chilly side, but not too bad. Like it was right in the morning, but it got hot real quick. I would say I think it was like probably mid 60s. Yeah, mid 60s. As I started, and went up to like 80 degrees. Really messed me up. Towards the later part. I mean, it was tough. Like just running 80-degree weather is not easy to begin with, and those hills in the first half of this freaking marathon, man, are brutal. Having done it for the second time, it's tough. And on a bum left knee, where I've been, dealing with injury over the last couple of weeks now, doing everything that I can to get it ready, to get it, ready in time for this race. Believe me, I did whatever I needed to do. Even took some time to rest, which I think, taking the time off, taking the time to rest really hurt me. My weekly mileage went down, and, it was about over like the last 2 weeks, prior to the marathon where my weekly mileage went down, and I think that hurt me a little bit, just in terms of my endurance. I'm still able to run at certain paces, but my endurance, lasting a certain amount of time, I just feel like it took a hit. On top of that, I was still like physically hurting. My left knee did not feel good coming into this, and it was tough. And my goal was to do a sub 4. I didn't get anywhere near it. I was 37 minutes off the pace of that, and I'm fine with it. I accepted it. It's interesting because, like, early on, in this race, the way this course is laid out, those hills come up very quickly. Mile 6 is when the big hills hit. I don't know, Dub, if you're familiar with the Harlem Hills in Central Park and out there and all that, but the Harlem Hills is like pretty daunting for the New York City Marathon. At some point, you go there and you hit it. For all intents and purposes, it's just a regular hill. It's tough. It lasts. I'm not sure quite on the exact distance it lasts long, But it's rough. I've done it in a separate race outside of the New York City Marathon. It's not easy.
Right.
Having done that compared to what I've done at the 80K Marathon and having done it 2 times in a row, I mean, this is easily 3 times harder than that. Those hills are just non-stop. They last from about mile 6 to about mile 10. And
What
then,
mile did you what mile did you hit your marathon pace at when you really, rocked it?
right off the bat, like I was slightly slower than marathon pace because they kind of start you on like a long rolling hill. So literally the beginning of the race starts you on a long rolling hill, and then you go like into the mountains. So I stayed at about like a
You're
9:20,
supposed to be
like a 9:20,
PH.
9:30 pace. But
You're,
realistically,
you're
I
supposed to
wanted
be going at your slowest in the beginning of the race, right? You were.
not necessarily, no.
Okay.
You hear a lot of race theory that says you should stay at the same pace the whole way through.
Mhm.
Like that should be theoretically, if anything, slightly slower to begin with. Like you want to start a little slow, but like
Mhm.
you're talking like 20-second, 30-second difference. So like
Mhm.
I was running at I believe like a 9:20, 9:30 pace to start, which it was good. Felt good, felt fine, and was consistent with that for a while. But where I wanted to be at was a 9-minute pace. That's the pace I wanted to be at. That would have been guaranteed sub 4 marathon. Like you need a 9-minute, 9-second average pace for
Mhm.
26.2 miles to do a sub 4 marathon. So 9 minutes is my goal, but in order to do that,
Next time.
if you start at 9:20, 9:30, at least through the first mile, 2 miles, maybe even three, you have to pick it up at some point. So you're gonna have to gain those seconds at some point down the line. Like 8:40, 8:30,
Mhm.
for a mile or two. But the problem is that with this race, you know, by mile 3, 4, you start getting hit with harder hills, and then by mile 6 they fuck you up. They literally just hit you, and I mean they're legitimate hills. You have to be in top-notch shape in order to battle through it and run through those hills. If you are not, the guy who won the marathon finished with like a 5+ average minute per mile. It was like a 5:30 minute per mile, bro. Like that's insane. That's what he averaged the whole time. But this guy was fine. Like you see him afterwards,
Wow.
no problem. Just
What was say that? What was his average?
like 5 minute and a half, I think.
His
I can look it
miles
up.
per
Yeah,
mile? Wow.
that's not the exact time, but it was 5+.
That's still
I
ridiculous.
know for sure it's like 5+.
That's nuts.
That's
That's nuts.
ridiculous. That's ridiculous. And just for reference, okay, the New York City Marathon is rated like number 6, like hardest in terms of the 7 major marathons. Um, Australia is rated the hardest. I believe it's Australia. Is it Austria? Austria. Either way, New York City Marathon is rated number 6 hardest, and the elevation gain in the New York City Marathon is less than 1,000. For a comparison, Adirondack Marathon is literally, I believe, I gotta check that back at my numbers, but it's like 1,800 as far as I know.
The
It's elevation
elevation.
gain. It's like 1,000 more in elevation gain. And the messed up part about it is that it comes in that first half of the marathon, that first 13 miles.
Mm.
So I've struggled with it, and then listen, having been having dealing with a bum left knee. By mile 16,
Mm.
my right thigh was starting to cramp up. I don't know if it was electrolyte imbalance. I mean,
Mhm.
I had drank water at every aid station. Took a Gatorade if I felt like I needed to. I was taking salt tablets. That is basically it's a hit of electrolytes. on like a regimen. I was taking two every half hour. I was taking gels, two per hour. So my fuel plan I think was good. Maybe I could have gone out ahead of it and fueled up a little bit more. But I was cramping out a lot. I know I was hitting the sauna here at the Airbnb a couple of days prior. So I know that's inherently dehydrating me, but I was trying to compensate for that and drinking enough water to hydrate as well. So I don't know. A lot of factors go into it. I don't think I did anything wrong. But at the end of the day, man, I finished the marathon. It was good. I'm hard on myself because I want to do a good time and finish at a good time. But it was cool being out there. It was just beautiful. But it's weird, man. Like the mental toughness that goes into it. Especially when you have a certain like goal time in mind. Like I knew after those hills, after like by mile 11, I knew I wasn't gonna hit my goal time. And the mental toughness to go through that at that point, to now have to finish 15 miles, and it's so sick the way this course is lined up, because the lake is so large. Schroon Lake is huge, located in the southern Adirondacks. It's so huge, and as you're running around this lake, you're going through the hills. You could see the whole lake, and you could see like holy shit. I gotta run all of that.
Mm.
Like it's insane, man. Like you're like, oh man, like that's next level. Like like holy. Now you got a lot. It's really tough on the mind and the mindset to stay focused, to do what you have to do, and keep moving forward.
Everything's
And
here.
yeah, it really is. A lot of it is super mental because you think like, oh,
Everything
you
is
can't keep on
physically you're
going.
ready, or
You know,
physically you're capable. Yes, of
for
course you
sure,
are.
for sure.
You know, but I think with the goals, to like setting up the sub 4, or I'm going to do this or that, and then you don't reach it. Now you're taking away from yourself. It's kind of counterproductive during the
Yeah,
run,
I,
knowing that that's gone,
right.
and now you kind of screwed yourself. So like,
Mm,
and I've learned that with the numbers and shit. And I used to look at my phone more. I don't look at it as much, but I used to look at that thing like 3 or 4 times a run,
mm,
and then it used to control the run. But I
yeah,
think if we can think about other things, just the actual run, or just doing the run correctly, or just trying to see things that is around us, like things with the lake and getting around it. When you were talking about it, I didn't think about, damn, how the hell are you gonna get around it? I was thinking about I was out there. I wish I could be out there smelling that
mm,
and trying to
mm,
run around that thing.
yeah,
So like, but you've done a 50-mile in a day, bro. Like
yeah,
you
yeah,
can do any of it.
yeah. I will say, I
But
mean,
it's
having this,
that's why we do it though, is because of the
yeah,
mental
yeah.
gymnastics and the
Well, right.
challenge. So
And it's such a great point because like you really hit that. For me, it's called hitting that wall, right? And at some point, I did, and I think it came a lot sooner in this race for me, and because I think I had in my mind that I really wanted to hit this goal, but at some
right,
point I came to the
kind of screwed you.
realization, like, hey, you know what? Today's not the day. Let's enjoy it. Let's have a good time. And not really, still push, still get through it, because
You
I
had to
did,
find
man.
something. You were
You
out
know,
there, and you were going to
yeah,
finish.
yeah, yeah,
You were
no
going to
doubt.
finish.
Like
You
it,
knew
it,
that,
it was rough,
and you had
man.
to
Like
find
by
something.
by
Yeah,
mile
you had to go find
21,
something else.
by mile 21, 22, that between 21 and 23, I was hobbling. It was hard. Like I had to really get through. And
You can't stop
you
now.
know,
You can't
no,
stop.
you can't. You gotta finish. You gotta go through it, and that's the beauty of it. And listen, I've talked to a lot of people. A lot of people, in the running community, they harp so much, like you said, on the time, and they focus so much on it. A good friend of mine, I love him to death, but when it comes to running and things like that, he does a lot of races. Like it's all about the time for him. And at the end of the day, like you need to look around and just enjoy it for a little while, embrace what you're doing. At the end of the day, like 1% of the
But you're
population
doing right.
ever, like will never, is the only percent of people that will ever achieve this type of feat. 99% of the population in the world ever to exist
Right.
will never do
100%.
something like that. So I'm being hard on myself, but again, it comes down to just that competitive spirit, me wanting to better myself. You look at these other people, just having been around them, you see I was there for the ceremony when they gave it to the first, second, third place people, and you look at these people and it's like, wow, even on the female side, the third place person, this woman, I believe she was in her 70s, and absolutely smoked my time. You know what I'm saying? She finished in like 3:30 or 3:40. And it's like, wow, okay. Clearly it's achievable, but you have to go to another level. And have I done a lot? Sure, I've done a lot. I've achieved a lot. But even I, at this point in my life, I understand I can take it to another level. And if I want that, I'll go there. At the same time, it's fun just doing it. And just being out there. I love this marathon. It's so beautiful this time of year, especially fall foliage, the whole nine. The picture I have on the screen is actually a picture of a cabin in the Adirondacks right there. That's the background screen right now. I took that picture myself while hiking out here. I just love this area. I love what it's all about. And having done it for the second year in a row is awesome, man. I did it with a friend of mine. I didn't get to see him during the race. He chickened out. He only did a half marathon. I say that jokingly because he himself had no preparation. He didn't do nothing. He ran 2 times and did a long bike ride for his preparation for this race, and he ended up doing 13 miles in 2.5 hours, which is honestly pretty freaking good for somebody that has no training. That would be essentially a 5-hour marathon pace, which is respectable. There's nothing wrong with that. That's slightly less than what I did. Shout out to my man Chucky. Met him in college. That completed that. Was able to do that. And it's just ridiculous. By the way, I did want to speak this before we move on to more sports and things like that. But all right, here is my medal, quote unquote, the little medal that they gave me. All right, you see this, everybody? Okay, this plastic little flimsy piece over here. All right. There's a little patch on there. That's what they're considering this year's medal. Last year, I got an actual medal. Okay, it was thick. Bite it.
Still looks better than a World Series trophy.
Oh wow,
A piece of tin. What do you call it? What did the commissioner call it? Just a piece of tin. Come on.
I don't know. I wouldn't say that, man. I like World Series trophy over this. Listen,
you missed the joke, Matty B. You missed the joke.
I know. It was good. I know.
He called it a piece of tin. Your guy, the commissioner, the baseball commissioner. He's like, oh, it's just a piece of tin.
I remember. But no, seriously. All right.
It's nice.
What? This is blue. Nice? This is nice?
It's blue.
This is not nice. Bullshit, bro. I like a medal. I want something hard, strong. I can bite it. It's good. I can wear it around the neck. This literally thing, my friend was walking around and his thing fell off. Look, it just fell off right now. Look at the string. There it is.
Yeah, I said it's nice. It Matty snaps.
Look, it snapped. Look, this is what I'm saying. The plastic just broke. All right? It's bullshit.
Maddie, it's the thought. That's
no,
all that matters.
No, it's not the thought. This is being cheap. This is what this is called, all right?
It doesn't change the 26.2. It doesn't take away the 20. It says it solidifies, actually.
Why does this solidify the 20? No.
And you said it's not one of your best marathons, so you didn't get one of your best medals.
That's bullshit. I still want a medal. I don't care. No. It should be the metal
He's
and the
lazy.
patch.
Man, he should have heard yourself. He said, "I still want a medal. I don't care." You could just cut that one up. That would be great.
You're damn straight. No, I want my medal. Screw that. Listen, I don't. No, I even the more the problem with this is, okay, listen, I spoke to the people who created this patch. Okay, I spoke to them. I think there are a couple. I don't know. They're definitely fucking something's going on. But
What do you got in that? What do you got in that glass?
a little whiskey, all right, baby. I'm on
Okay,
vacation, all right. Excuse me. I can't enjoy myself.
I didn't say anything. You in a log cabin. It's fitting. Go ahead.
Yes, damn straight. All right, I'm on vacation. The Mets collapsed. I ran a marathon yesterday. My body is broken. I'm enjoying myself to a little whiskey, and damn it, I deserve a freaking medal. I get this plastic piece of crap. All right, and listen. Shout out to the company. PR Running Hat. Okay, I spoke to the lovely people. All right, I like the idea of the patch. I don't have a problem with the patch. I have a problem with the fact that the medal doesn't come with it. And on top of that, the patch is specifically designed so that you buy their hat. So it's the PR Running Hat company. You have to buy their hat that has designed little holes in the side of them, in both sides. Okay, and they have patches for all the major marathons across the United States and the world. Okay, and you can buy each individual little patch and put it on the specifically designed hat that they designed that costs like $20, $25. I don't even know. It may be 15. At the end of the day, I didn't buy the hat. I'm not buying the hat. And I wasn't the only one that had a problem with it, all right? I had people come up to me after the race. They were like, I had one guy come up to me, have you run the race before? I was like, yeah. And he's like, what did they do last year? It's like the first time I'm running it. Did they give out medals? Things like that. He was really expressing his disgust about the non-medal and the fact that we're just getting a patch. Overall, the event out there in the Schroon Lake, southern Adirondacks, beautiful area. The expo the day before, there was not as much tents. There were just not as much merchandise and things to buy. Last year they had legit like running gear and clothing you could buy. This year they had none of that. Like literally last year you could buy belts, hydro packs, things like that. Not that you would need that, but it's just nice. It was a good look. It showed that there was a lot of time and money and thought that was put into it. But
they didn't put the money into the runners though.
For whatever reason, they downsized this year overall. The expo was just not as big. The medals, I don't know. What do you think? I mean, you don't run races, but like, would you rather an actual medal or would you like a little patch that now you have to buy a freaking hat? Luckily, I was able to put this on like a skull cap.
You're gonna get an Olympic style, medal. The round the neck thing.
Yeah.
Or even a small trophy. You don't want a big, big shit. But that's what you would expect. Maybe, maybe a Gatorade, some cookies.
Some Gatorade, some cookies. They did have bananas and all that, but of course they have W's right over here, baby. Over here. Hi. Say hello to everybody, Mavis.
It's kind of lame. Hey, Maeve.
I agree. I think the patch is kind of lame. Listen. If you're gonna, I don't mind the patch. I don't mind the little patch, but it's like
you can get the varsity jacket to hook the patches up. What do you do with it?
But the thing is, and you can't even really do that because the way it's designed, it's really specifically designed to snap onto the hat that was designed by the company that's also dishing out the patch. So, it's hard to find a piece of clothing or anything like that to pin it onto. I was able to pin it onto like my little skull cap that was like at least permeable enough to like snap through it, so I could do that. But outside of that, it's not it's not really practical. I can't really put it anywhere else, and it just kind of sucks, in my opinion. I don't know. It just forces you to buy their hat. And again, like, all right, cool, but it's just like, now I gotta spend money on just to do that. On top of spending money on this sticker, on this that, like on this merchandise, like whatever. I bought a little sticker, $15. My buddy who ran the half marathon, he's a freaking klepto. Yeah, he's like, I don't believe in paying for stickers, and he stole like 2 stickers from. They were like $10 each, bro. He just snatched them. He was like, fuck it.
$10 to pop.
Yeah,
Again,
for a
God bless
sticker.
you.
Yeah, he just snatched them. He's like, screw that. I'm like, bro, you gotta pay for the sticker, bro.
Shout out to the homie. I'm with him. It.
I can't, man. But, it was a good time, man. It was a good time. I really enjoyed myself out there. I would do it again. I would really like to do it with somebody. I know my buddy was there, but I didn't get to see him throughout the whole thing because he only did the half marathon, so he started at the 13-mile mark, and I just was not able to catch up to him. I wasn't too far behind him, which is, good on my part. Like, I really, like, was catching up to him. I was on pace to catch up to him, but obviously, he basically had, at the time he started, I was already through 6 miles. So,
Yeah, too much real estate.
7 miles to make up from, that's a lot, But I would really love to do it with somebody. Like, I seen this group of girls, 3 girls, that were running the full marathon together, and they paced with each other the whole time. And that was cool. They could just, stop and chat, whatever, and
That
just,
helps. Once again, mentally, that helps you. That helps you. That can help your time.
Yeah.
Just having someone else there, even though it's almost like they're physically carrying you a little bit.
Right.
Just having your people there. So, it's always about the mind, bro. Like, and the more confidence you have, the more fuel you, as best as you can, or a great time as you might want.
Yeah, and it's not like the New York City.
Well,
It's not
go
like the
ahead,
New
man.
York City Marathon where, like, there's a lot of spectators throughout, things like that. Like, the spectators throughout this race is very scarce. A lot of the times, you're out there on the road, just you and the pavement and just, trees around you. Like, it's a whole different feel. That's what I meant. Like, you look about on the lake. To my left is just, like, homes, bro. Like, residential homes along this lakeside. Like,
Right.
and there's nobody on the
Big
road.
ass
It's
lake.
just quiet. Like there's certain sections. There's actually this one part of the race where you run through like this religious camp. Like it's just these a bunch of young teenagers that are like staying away at this religious like complex, and they have like state of the art like facilities, the whole nine. They have speakers out. They're like getting hyped up. They're playing like religious like pop music like. it's the whole thing, man. That's about the most energy you're gonna get throughout the whole race until you hit the finish line.
Yeah, it sounds like the more quiet. Yeah, it's tough when it's quiet because it's just you.
It's tough. It's tough. So you're left up to your vices. You're left up to the music
You
in your
start
ear
thinking. Yeah, you
or
start
no
thinking about
music.
your time.
Yeah.
You start thinking about if you're tired or not. You weren't even asking yourself, "Am I tired?" Bro,
Right.
you weren't even thinking about that. You weren't tired. You start questioning yourself. So it's weird. That's the beauty of the running. Of being a runner is just the mental exercise and getting that better and strengthening our mental makeup and our fortitude. And like you said, you didn't like the run, so now you have that you can pick up. And your next run will be the next one. It's probably your best one.
Yeah.
So it's always something to take from it. So there's no such thing as really a bad marathon completed, or any.
And I appreciate that because because you can lose yourself, especially nowadays where running has become such a mainstream thing. And it's gotten very popular because of social media. There's a lot of run clubs, things like that. Like, and you can get lost in just the whole thing of it. Like if it's something that you like doing, enjoy it. If you really if you feel like it becomes a chore at some point, then you need to take a step back. You need
Right.
to reevaluate as to why you're doing it. Um, I have 4 kids. I work a job. I just had a newborn not too long ago. I think I have like a little bit of excuse to like say like, all right, like
You
you
chill
didn't
out
hit,
for a minute.
you didn't hit your goal time. You didn't do things like that. My shit took a hit when little Cooper was born. I didn't run. Like I was in the hospital for 3 days. I didn't run like things like that. Like like it just And then when we came out of that, like, did I get good sleep? Have I gotten good sleep? Did I get good sleep the other night? No. like I'm trying to just do this as every other human being is trying to do. I'm not like this Olympic runner, I am not in the best of shape, I still eat a lot, I drink a little bit, I like to have a good time, like it's all good. I understand my expectation, I understand where I'm at, but hey, at the end of the day, running a marathon is running a marathon, like, right? It's nothing to sneeze at, and I don't really care how long it takes you. However long it takes you to complete 26 miles, that's an accomplishment in itself. So it's a beautiful thing, man. And one day, bro, I really hope you and me can do it together. I want to be out there. We gotta do
Yeah, that we
something,
will.
man.
We're gonna do something. Even if it's
Yeah,
a
yeah.
10K,
I feel
5K,
like you
even.
would be into the ultra marathon as well, man. You gotta come out to the
Oh,
mountains with me. Bro, I gotta
sure.
introduce you into the mountains, bro. You and me gotta be
To the
hitting those
50.
50 and 100 milers, man. We gotta be, we gotta do our thing, baby.
You're gonna have a bag, and you're gonna be carrying a bag.
No, man, you be all right, bro. You be all right. Nah, I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you. I know
See
you
the
be all right.
difference, people. When you're a runner, there's a difference between a run and a race.
Yeah.
A marathon, people out there race, but a run is not supposed to be. It's supposed to be comfortable. You're supposed to be like, oh, that was cool when you're done. That was great. I'm glad I did that. You know, it's not supposed to be like, oh, but if it is, that means we're doing too much and stuff. But I probably could do it, Matt. If I wanted to, of course I could, right?
Oh, of course. No, I mean, listen, bro. I've seen bro. You run faster than me. I know you haven't. You've done the marathon once. And respectively, you did it by yourself, like no support. Like that's insane. So to do that is absurd. And I don't think people understand how hard that is to do some type like that. So
Right.
you've done that by yourself, which is just, you know, kudos. Like that is way
Thank you.
difficult to do. But you could definitely do it, bro. You run very fast. Like, if you just dial it back a little bit, like you'd be
Right.
fine. You could completely like, you could you could probably easily run a sub 4 marathon pace at 9 minutes per mile.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I could
You
probably do
know,
that.
yeah, and that's very respectable, of course. Like, and you
How
could
much?
probably
How
do
much
you
of?
could probably do
How much of
3:30.
the time did you stop? How much of the time did
Oh,
you were you
quite a
breaking?
bit, quite a bit. Yeah, quite a lot.
20 minutes break. You had a break.
20 minutes total? Way more.
Yeah.
Way more. Way
40.
more. No, way more. I don't know. I'd have to look at my Garmin and see what it says with the walking time, but I would think, maybe not. Maybe not.
No, I'm
Maybe
not
you're
talking
right.
about
Maybe you're right. Maybe you're not.
how often
Maybe you're not
walking
way off.
time and stop.
You're right. Maybe
How about
you're.
walking?
I never stopped. I never like
Okay.
physically stopped. There was always
Okay.
forward motion. Like I'm never
You didn't
stopping.
eat anything. You didn't go in the bathroom.
No, no, no bathroom breaks. Not the whole time. Even when I stopped for water, it was like, "Thank you for the cup. Goodbye." Like I kept on going. Like I just
You
stopped.
peed on yourself.
No, I never peed.
Wow.
No, I never peed. I never went to the bathroom. Nothing. I was good. And no band-aids. Like I had, I was actually ill prepared going into the race. Usually I put like tape or Band-Aids on my nipples. I didn't put anything there. And my nipples were fine. No, my nipples were fine. Dorothy again seen somebody cross the finish line with bloody nipples. You could see it through the shirt. My nipples were fine, bro. I don't know. I don't understand. And then, bro, let me tell you, the whole time, not one blister. Not one blister on my feet at all.
When I ran 26.2, my nipples got tore up. Yes.
Really? That's crazy.
Yeah, it happened to me.
Do you have hair on your nipples at all? I know.
I had cotton. I didn't. It was a dry fit shirt, but it was just too much. It was too much.
But no. Do you have hair on your nipples though? Because I have hair on my nipples, and I'm wondering.
Just a shirt. I didn't even know about that could happen until it happened to me.
Oh, see, that happens to a lot of people, but I'm wondering if it's because of a hairy thing. Do you have any hair on your chest, anything like that?
I don't know. No, not in my hair. My chest's not hairy like that. It was just it was a shirt, bro. Constantly rubbing against it, like boom, boom.
No,
boom,
I know,
boom.
but like I have.
That's
like,
what it was.
I'm wearing a shirt too. You know, like that's what I'm trying to figure out. Like, what's the difference? Because I'm wearing a shirt too. It's similar to this shirt, not this shirt specifically, but it's like made out of polyester. And like
I think definitely the kind of shirt.
I hadn't. But what type of shirt were you using, bro? I used polyester. You using fucking like cotton over here, like screwing yourself.
I think I was using it. No, it was a dry. It wasn't cotton. It might have been. No, it wasn't. I wouldn't have done that.
Because cotton's a bad idea. Like cotton's just gonna get wet.
I wouldn't have cotton on and do 26 miles. There's no way I would have finished like that.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
My boy runs like that. He runs in like cotton. I'm like, dude, how the fuck? Like,
that's just gonna tear you up, bro.
You just get wet the whole time. The minute you start sweating, it's just gonna get all wet. Like, I don't know.
And the thing becomes actual weight, It becomes like a 4 or 5 pound weight. Yeah. If it's hot, it keeps heat. It's just terrible.
I'm interested though. Like, I know we've been talking about running for a minute. Let me step away real quick.
We like it.
Yeah, no, it's great. I mean, we're here. We love it. It's a beautiful thing. It's a happy Mental Health Monday. All right, thank you everybody for joining us. I'm on a vacation. All right, we've officially hit 30,000 subscribers on YouTube.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate it for all the support. Again, it's been a hell of a year. Let's keep it going. A lot of traction on the other socials lately on TikTok. Instagram, and I don't know, Dub, I'm considering getting rid of the Facebook page. I think we were talking about this. Is Facebook dead? Do we have to have a conversation about this? Because I think Facebook's dead, bro. Like, I don't use Facebook.
We're not gonna get rid of the page.
Why not?
We don't have to.
Like, why even keep it at this point? I don't know, because the platform. No, I think it's a serious conversation to have, because I just don't think Facebook is relevant anymore. Like, I don't.
No, I mean it is relevant.
Is it though? Do you have a lot of activity on Facebook? Are you on Facebook like that?
No, people are on Facebook. They're watching. It's calm down. It's more because.
You think the new generation is actually on Facebook at all? I've heard otherwise. They say it's for old people. I don't think so, bro.
No, it is for old people.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It is
so like, again, get with the times.
We're old people. You're young old. You're young old.
No,
I'm a medium old person.
So what? Because we're old people.
They're on there. They're still on there.
The youngins are not on there, bro.
No, but our platform is for all. Obviously, it's not for young people. Look at me. Look at us. It's for young guys. This platform is for the young people. So come on.
As we're on Twitch too, which is pretty.
You can't be alienating our Facebook. Our surly, grumpy Facebook people.
I suppose so. All right, bro. Let me be right back. Okay. Unless you want, do you want to take a break yourself? We can take a break. We'll come
let's go ahead. Let's take a break real quick.
All right, everybody, we're gonna take a little break. I'm putting a little music on. Epis Radio. All right, episode 38. Chilling. I'm in the Adirondacks right now. Dubby, coming from Florida. We appreciate you.
Yeah, man. Watch out
All
for
right.
those bears, Matty B.
Oh, listen, they're around, baby. Gonna get ready, going hiking. Going hiking soon. Gonna be great. All right, we're gonna take a little break here on Twitch and YouTube. Simulcast. Thank you for showing up. As always, happy Mental Health Monday. I don't know, maybe we'll transition into the Mental Mondays with Epis tonight. We'll see how it goes. Getting late in the evening. All right. We're going to get into a little football. We already talked about the Mets collapse. And a little bit more on Epis Radio. Episode 38. Your boy Matty B, WWR. We'll be right back.
38. Yeah. It's Stern. They play it tonight, bro. 7:15 in 50 minutes. There's 2 games tonight. Nah, I don't think so. I don't know. I was thinking about taking. Yeah, it's 2 games. Denver, Cincinnati. Yeah, they got there at 8, I think. It's one of those Mondays, those weird Mondays. I don't mind. No, I don't. What else? Yeah, that's it. That's what we got on the sports docket. You know, like you said, tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow we got baseball. The Americans lost. Right, I know that. No, I don't know what kind of detail. No. I mean, you got it in with the Mets, man. No playoff shit. We can go through them. We can go through all the matchups if you want. We had a tie last night, Matty B. We had a tie last night, Matty B. Green Bay and Dallas. We did 40 to 40, 40 to 40. It was a wild, a defenseless game. A defenseless game, Matt. 40 to 40 tie. Wow, that weird NFL day. It's funny you were talking. I heard you when I was in the back. I heard you in the background. You were talking about all of this happening, but the Mets are the story. Detroit blowing it, but the Mets are the story. Astros finding a way not to get it, but the Mets. Jackson Dart in New York, impressive debut. Nowhere near the back page. Oh, maybe a little snippet. Great rookie debut. Mets story. Yeah. That's, right. Yeah, I thought they weren't going to make it. It was. It was more recent. Yeah. So Detroit had an 11-game lead in September. In September. Right. Correct. And they gave it up quick, man. It was gone. They had lost 9 of 10, and then Cleveland had won 9 of 10, and it was gone. The maths, just the maths. So, but guess what? They get another shot because they're going to go head to head starting tomorrow afternoon. First game on the dot
Yeah.
key. So that's you gotta love it. Schoolbowl, they go. Cleveland went through them last week when Schoolbowl ended up hitting Fry in the face on that little graze. They
Yeah.
fell apart. Then they get another shot, and the big trends will tell you that Detroit can't win this series. After the way they fell apart at the end, and then the way Cleveland beat them at the end of the you can't be no way, right? But they're gonna play.
Yeah.
They're gonna play. We're gonna see. Boy, and they're gonna play 3 games in Cleveland. All of the wild series. The higher seed gets all the home games. So best 2 of 3. You win the first 2, that's it.
Honestly, I feel good about Cleveland in that series.
Yeah.
Detroit has shown me nothing late in the season. That it's similar signs to the Mets. It seems like they've lost their mojo, they've lost their way. They're not getting the same performance offensively. And even Scooble, I don't think he's been as dominant as he has. Although he's held his own, he's done his thing. But I just don't think he's been as dominant. We'll see. I don't have a doubt that he will perform and he will show up. But will that be enough to stop Cleveland and
Why would
and do
anyone
what
with
they're doing?
some money why would anyone with a pocket full of money or any sanity want to go ahead and pick Detroit to
Yeah.
win the series? Why would you? Why would anything tell you to pick them? The only thing they have going for them is the fact that they can't play yet.
Right.
Other than that, at the momentum, just everything, the mental. But like we said, we're gonna see. They got the best pitcher. Maybe he could lock in and give them an opportunity to win a game, and then you put them on the ropes the next day, the next afternoon. So, but yeah, I'm with you, Maddie. Cleveland, moving on. We'll move on.
Hey, Mom, what's going on? Mom's in the chat, coming in from Twitch. What's going on?
Mom.
Lovely. What's going on, Mom? How you doing? How's your Monday going? Happy Mental Health Monday. Bro, we'll see. We'll see what Detroit, can deliver. But I think Cleveland's been on a hell of a run, ending up winning the division and doing their thing. I mean, it seemed. With that being said, do I think Cleveland's the team? I don't. I don't know. Yankees are the team to beat in my eyes in the American League going forward here. I don't have a lot of faith in Toronto.
Yeah, you want to talk about that Yankees-Boston series? Go right ahead.
Yeah, I mean, that's where we're leading to, of course. Obviously, we got to get into it, especially you being the Yankee
Boston's
fan.
scary,
Listen,
but
Boston's good. Boston's been good, but, hobbled a little bit dealing with the injuries. And, I think, Yankees have just been a little bit better all year long. That's been the whole story with them. And it continues to be. And again, offensively, they're a juggernaut. As long as they're hitting their home runs, they're doing their thing. Not an issue. Oh, Ma, you can't hear me? Okay.
no.
I know. I did realize, Dub, that my audio was off a little while ago. So, coming out of that...
That's nice.
Yeah, coming out of that break, my audio was slightly affected. But apparently, my mom's saying that she can't hear me now. Ma, just check on your end. Make sure that it's unmuted. I mean, if you can hear W, maybe the comment is slightly delayed at that point.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
No,
she can hear me.
No,
Can you hear me, Mom?
Yeah, she said she can hear you, so it's an issue on my end.
Yeah.
She might, her comments might be extremely delayed right now. Because I did have my audio muted, of course, pro streamer style, coming out of the break. I ordered my video. Yeah.
Right out the kitchen.
Yeah, right out the kitchen, all good. Yeah. No sound on you. Still? You still can't hear me as we speak. Babe, can you check my audio? We're getting my wife on it right now. We need to figure this out. Sorry, everybody. Again, I'm on vacation, trying to piece this together, doing this. We got the laptop. I'm not using my PC at the moment.
Yeah, I love it.
It seems like what you're watching is very delayed, Dub, yeah? I think we're getting a very delayed time.
It's good, right?
I don't know. Is it good? Is it good, babe? You got anything?
Yeah.
Dub, you're saying it's good?
They're gonna play. Yeah. They're gonna play. Yeah, I hear you on Twitch.
You hear me on Twitch?
I hear you on Twitch.
Babe, what do you got?
Yeah, you're good on Twitch.
You're delayed? Yeah, alright. Mom's comments may be very old. Yeah, I apologize, everybody. Again, I'm sorry. I'm on vacation, so I don't have my normal setup. And I know coming out of the break, I did have some of the audio off. Let me... Oh, God. Mom is extremely delayed. I'm getting comments from Mom about Maeve. That was a while back.
Yeah.
It's just delayed as in my whole stream is delayed.
No, honey, I got it. I got you, babe. Don't worry. Yeah. All right.
Yes.
We're all good. All right.
Yeah, man. So the Yanks, they got crochet going tonight, the Sox. Right? I mean, tomorrow. That's going to, everyone's
I was about to say, not tonight.
crochet's been done it.
Well, listen.
crochet,
Right. Come on. Don't set it
can't-
up like that, man. You gotta set it up better. All right. Feel the energy,
Coach.
Dub. All right, baby. Listen,
I
the
mean-
Yankees. The Yankees did it. All right.
No.
They didn't win the
Listen.
division, but they here. Do you what?
This is regular schmegular for
Oh,
us.
regular schmegula. What? Oh, okay. So regular schmegula for you is not winning the division. Are you happy with that? Do you think that
No,
was?
we
Do
shouldn't
you
even
think
be
that
in
was a
this game.
letdown?
A little bit, but they did finish the season strong, and like you said, they looked real sturdy going most of September. So and Blue Jays did a good job of holding them out. But I have no problems with it. I'd rather
Sorry,
have not been in the.
Dub. Sorry, real quick. No, Mom, I did not forget it was your birthday. I apologize. A lot going on. All right. I did just run a marathon yesterday. Yeah.
Oh
I
my
love
goodness,
you.
Mom is in the chat.
Yeah, Mom's in the
Maddie.
chat. All right. I love you, Mom. Happy birthday. I did not forget. I know it's your birthday. I know it's this time of the year. Would like to hear from you about my marathon. Maybe give me a call, congratulate me. But didn't hear you for that, so appreciate you. But yes, Mom, I will call you before the night ends and wish you a happy birthday. I love you very much. Thank you for showing up around the stream. Thank you.
Maddie, we could have cut a lot of this out if you would have hit me with that birthday early. You could have used the marathon thing later, but this kind of cancels out. So they canceled each other out. So yeah, Mama Love, yeah, you forgot my birthday. Came up on the Twitch, on the stream, beautiful. You gotta love. But that was something. That was a moment. That was an epic moment. That was something. No, I mean that was. Maddie, how could you?
I know, I'm a terrible son.
Oh,
Bastard, I should be sent to.
It's Maddie. It's 6:30, man. 6:45. East Coast. Happy birthday.
My God. Yes, happy birthday, Mom. I love you very much. Thank you for all that you have done.
Oh
I
man.
appreciate you. I'm sorry that I didn't reach out to you earlier. The day is still young, I suppose.
Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely.
I hope you had a great day. Whatever it is you're doing. But yes, I love you. And no, I did not forget, but I'm sorry. Doing my thing a little bit in life right now. You hear me now? You good? Did you hear my
Yes, I hear you
apology?
now.
Yeah, there you go. All right, you got that? Now you hear me. Oh man. Oh Jesus. All right. Well, Jackson Dart, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh my, you stick around for the rest of the show for a little bit for you. Oh man, dedicate this show to Maddie's mom. Beautiful birthday girl. Jackson Dart, Maddie B.
What do you think, bro? Jackson Dart. We first start for him ended up in a victory. Was it good? Was it bad? I don't know. I wasn't around to watch it. I was running and
I'll tell you
thing.
what I saw. A young, spry, active kid running around. Some run plays were set. Some of them were, some of them he did them all. He had a right down. He threw the ball around. The Giant defense has been awesome. The pass rush. Oh man. I just have to say this. Neighbors went down. Also, they lost neighbors in
I
the
know.
game.
Yeah, I seen that.
ACL tear. Yeah, he got hurt.
Obviously,
Scored.
done for
And
the
the second
season, right?
drive,
Yeah. Done for
the
the
second
season at
drive,
this
he went
point.
down.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah, ACL done for the season, Matty B. That is correct. That's a loss, tough loss.
Yeah.
Welcome to the big time.
And that sucks, man.
You're not the big time till you go under the knife.
He showed such promise, especially, you go back 2 weeks, when he put up those big numbers with Russell Wilson. Just had a big day. And it's kind of like similar to back in the day with Saquon Barkley when he put up big numbers, but then he got injured. You really, there's so much promise in it, and it's like now you get Jackson Dart in the mix, and then all of a sudden your main piece, your guy that you need to actually make something happen and go forward is gone. And that in itself is just demoralizing. I mean, how do you move forward?
Those things you can't. Some things, those things you can't control, and that we're talking about. Sometimes they just don't match up, and there's nothing you can. Like you have the pieces, and then whatever happens, it's gone.
Yeah.
And then you're gonna lose a whole season. And you're right. Like Saquon Barkley, they ended up losing. They ended up losing one of his best seasons, and didn't match up with Daniel Jones, and he time they lost games. The plan goes awry. So it is a little tough with Jackson Dart. The receiver was there waiting for him. He finally plays. He hits him up in the first possession. They look great, Matt. They look great.
Yeah.
In the first possession, they look great. Yeah, it was 2 throws, one catch, 2 targets, but it looked awesome. Shit, it's over just like that. At least for the 2025 version.
Do you think that though?
Do
you truly think that? Like, do you think even like Malik Neighbors going? Do you think now like there's absolutely no hope? I mean, it's a nice restart, right? Jackson Dart and this offense give you a little bit of hope. You don't think he'll take it over?
I don't think it ends. I mean, it's it makes the win bittersweet, but at the same time, I don't think it ends. Say they were going to win 90 games because Neighbors. I don't think that a 4-game difference. I don't think they're gonna have to like the Wandell, what's his name, Robinson, and then the guys like that, they got to step up. What's the other guy's name? The one that they drafted right before Neighbors the year before. He's still on the team. I can't remember these kids' names anymore. I gotta polish that up a little bit, but they have another big receiver. You guys know, but I'm gonna go find out right now. But he step up. But
Hold on, Mr. Robot. Hold on. I hear Robot. Dub audio going in and out. Ma, I see your comments coming in. A lot of ha-ha-has over here. I love you. Again, I'll call you after the show. Alright. I love you very much. Yeah. Dub, are you good there? I didn't know you good, I think, yeah.
No, I was trying. There he goes.
Look at my Airbnb, everybody. This is where I'm staying at. Alright. This is like the little second level loft. Alright. Got the little pull-out couch over here if I needed, but we don't. There's a little balcony right in the back. Right down below, over here, is the main level. I got Mavis down there checking out the fire, my little daughter. Alright. Everybody else down there doing their thing. Alright. Jesus, what? But for some reason, I don't know why, Dub, but we are getting these comments very late on even on my end, on the streaming software. I don't know, no, just on my end, like on the streaming software, like I'm not seeing these comments till very late. Like I'm seeing my mom react to what we were talking about before, but it's just coming in. I don't know, maybe it's the internet connection where I'm at, but yeah. But anyway.
Yeah, man. But the Giants saved their season yesterday.
Well, that's what I'm going to ask you. Did they or did they not? Where do you think they can get to? In terms of.
I don't know. I mean, you only want to take it one day at a time. It's a question that's fair, but this is a Charger team that they beat yesterday, a 3-0 team. Team that's looked real good, real sturdy team. The Giants went in there and pushed them around. They took the lead. They had the lead all game. They controlled the line of scrimmage. Their defense looks great, man. Brian Burns, he's like a hell of a player. Where they get this guy? This guy's, But running the football is going to go forward. The Giants just didn't have it. Doesn't seem like they have any game break on offense anymore now, do they? They don't have any big run guy or home run receiver.
Mm-hmm.
So going forward, you're going to really see how good Dart is early, and he's have to improv and make things happen. So it's going to be an adventure for the kid, but maybe it will make him a better player,
Mm-hmm.
just as long as he doesn't take any big hits. I think, honestly, bro, it's the Dabo's trying to job. Matty B
Yeah.
wants to save his job, and he's got this kid. He's going to
Do you
maybe his
think
kid's
that's why
worst
they
case
went
scenario
with Jackson? Because
worst case scenario, Matty, this kid plays good and it saves Dable. And is that what you really want?
mm,
So, I don't know.
I thought it was very drastic. I understand that Russell Wilson did not put up good numbers last week. And having watched it, it was just terrible. That end to that game was probably one of the worst red zone possessions I've ever witnessed in my life. I mean, like 3 straight throws that were not even competitive. We talked about it.
You talking about Kansas City?
Yeah, where like that was the decision to get rid of him and move on with Jackson Dart. But
Mm-hmm.
you look prior to the week prior, and the numbers that he put up with Malik Neighbors. I mean, it was just insane. And I'm not saying, listen, we know who Russell Wilson is. I'm not saying he's the savior and things like that, but and I have faith in Jackson Dart, but I just why was it such a quick transition? I feel like the plug was quick in terms of Russell Wilson. Why sign him? Why sign Jameis Winston? Go through all this.
It seemed like when you sign those guys,
Yeah.
your time. We got okay, but then do all this just to pull and throw right in the fire
Right,
anyway.
right. It made no sense to me, and it was so quick. Clearly, Dable and whoever at the top, you know, um, is making the decisions at this point.
Ah,
Speaking of which, Giants owner is apparently just came out and announced that they were diagnosed with cancer. What's his name again?
who? John Mara?
Yeah, John Mayer. Yeah, he just announced that he's been battling cancer. I don't know which type, but
Oh, John.
yeah,
Oh man, that's too
yeah,
bad.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. Let me check it out real quick. See what any details on it.
That's interesting.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm wondering. That's what I mean by that. Like, who's making the decisions? Yeah, it was New York Post, 2:19 Eastern Time today.
Mm-hmm.
Posted about it. Mara said, I have recently been diagnosed with cancer and have been following the treatment plan recommended by an outstanding team of doctors. I'm feeling strong and optimistic, and I'm committed to seeing this through to a positive outcome. I plan to remain active with the team throughout my treatment, and I'm fortunate to be surrounded by incredible support, personally, professionally, medically. I ask that you respect my privacy and my family's privacy at this time. Yeah, so like that's what I mean by that. I don't know who's necessarily making the decisions. John Mayer might be dealing with a lot. Obviously with his recent cancer diagnosis, probably been dealing with this issue for a little while now. Maybe some illness. And who knows? What's the direction with this team? It's weird how it kind of like played out early on in the season, but hey, it's a bit of a positive sign. You get Jackson Dart here. I think who are they facing next week, Dub? I think it's a pretty soft opponent for them, right? So this was the
Giants.
hard spot. The Giants,
Yeah,
yeah. This was the hard
I
spot for the
thought.
Giants, but I think
I,
next week,
I think the schedule lets up now. They have
they got the
New Orleans. You're right. They're at the Saints.
yeah,
You're right.
bro. That's what I'm saying. They got the Saints next week. So now they are on the road, but the Saints are 0-4. And even though the Saints are favored -1.5, honestly, I like the Giants in that. Take that any day right now.
The
You can
Giants
lock it
have to
in.
win that
Yeah.
game.
Yeah.
After that, they're home for Philly, then they're at Denver, at Philly, then they're home for the 49ers.
Yeah.
They want to win that.
Yeah.
They want to win that one next week. Yeah, you're right, Matty. That's a good look. As far as them, I would take them too. It's almost even money, huh? So
I mean, yeah,
Scadaboo's the
essentially,
running back.
I mean, 1.5 towards the Saints is not even money, bro.
Almost.
Yeah.
No, I'm saying it says
That's
minus
it's
110 on the
almost,
money.
bro. They're saying that New Orleans is gonna win. That's bullshit. I don't know. No, New Orleans is 0-4. What's going on? The Airbnb is going on fire. My wife's running the Airbnb now. The
No,
fire
no, no.
alarm's starting. Oh no.
Sorry.
You alright there? You not burning the house down? Alright, cool.
It's a ground beef.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a soft.
Did you hear the alarm at all, or no?
No.
Really, you didn't. So I guess the audio doesn't pick it up that bad. I'm
No.
just trying to figure out.
No, the
something
background's
else.
pretty good.
That's good. Yeah. All right.
Yeah, I was over here hanging. You guys could be panicking in there. And I wouldn't even know it. I'm over here
Good.
getting it off my shirt.
Oh my god. All right. So, I did want to keep this up. All right. Another thing that did happen over the weekend was the Ryder Cup, and I know you're not huge into golf. I might be doing a little golfing tomorrow. I don't know. I haven't decided yet if I'm going golfing or if I'm going to hiking. I'm not sure. But over the weekend, the Ryder Cup took place at Bethpage Black in Long Island. Okay, it's a big event, huge event every year for golf community. European versus the Americans. Obviously, an American territory this year, taking place in Long Island, Farmingdale, Bethpage Black. Big time crowd, big time show out for the USA supporters, for the USA team. Decent amount of European supporters as well, actually, I would say, but definitely overshadowed by the American supporters in this match. And Dub, I bring it up, man, because the stuff that Rory McIlroy and just the rest of the European team went through throughout this match was absolutely disgusting. Now, again, I've been very busy. I'm on vacation. I didn't get to watch all of it, but I did catch a lot of highlights. I did see some stuff. I seen Rory, clap back at some of the spectators, telling them to fuck off 3 times. Said fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. I even think I have. Yeah, I'll pull it up right here for you guys. I'm doing that as we speak. This is the type of stuff that he had to endure, man, just all weekend. It's insane.
Where's that page in Long Island?
Farmingdale, Long Island. It's about like 20, 30
In
minutes
Long Island,
from
right?
me.
That's the Long
Yeah,
Island
yeah.
course, right?
Yeah, it's about 20, 30
I know
minutes
a
from
little
me. It's
bit.
very
See, I know
close.
a
It's
little
not
bit.
too far. Yeah,
A little
yeah,
bit.
yeah. Now
Why would they treat him like that? What's the angle?
it's not only about him,
It's
but
political.
it's just in general. Um, this is the type of treatment that the Europeans received in the history of the Ryder Cup being out here. And listen, I think it might be a little bit politically driven about everything that's going on. Even the Europeans themselves clapped back in a video after they won, after the Ryder Cup came to a complete on Sunday. And they Rory and everybody else, they had posted a video clapping back at Donald Trump. And I think I have that too. We can pull that up, and I'll show you that for you guys as well. But they literally trolled Donald Trump online, and Trump responded to it and gave them,
Of course.
and gave them congratulations, whatever, But Trump was also there, by the way, at the Ryder Cup on Friday. He made an appearance. So just a lot going on, bro. Let me get that up.
The
for you guys
political
real quick.
temperature.
Well, bro, I mean, obviously, with the political climate and everything that's going on right now, like, you would think, yeah, of course, it's going to be high tension. It makes sense. It's a lot going on, man. Let's see. I'm going to pull this up for you guys.
You see the Aaron Glenn dance again.
What, you want me to pull up the Aaron Glenn dance?
No, I know. I want to see it in the game. You don't have to pull it up. I'm saying, I'm looking in the background. They're about to come on shortly. I'm saying, that means something good happened.
No need for any audio, but again, this is what I was talking about, as in where you see the little short video there. Is he says, "Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you," and just points out the spectators. This was the type of stuff, and again, he's doing that because while he's trying to shoot, while he's trying to focus to anything like set up for a shot, he is being bombarded with chants of "fuck you, Rory," boos, constantly like that. And in regards to golf etiquette, we've talked on this show before. These things, that types of things, are not supposed to happen. You're supposed to be quiet as people are about to shoot. You're supposed to, just be respectful in that sense. And
we were talking about before moments, not too long ago. We were talking about saying sorry if the ball hits the net. Now
right,
here we are talking.
Right.
we totally took an whole other turn now.
Yeah, and here's the interesting part about this, though, is because obviously they're experiencing this type of hate at this type of time because it's the Ryder Cup. It's Europeans versus Americans. You're on American soil. You're in Long Island. There's a huge, contingency of patriotism in that geographical area. You expect that type of behavior. You have people there since 4 a.m. in the morning, staying there till 8 p.m. at night and getting wasted the whole time. You expect this type of behavior, but again, I do think it's a bit of classless on the American spectators. Just overall, and again, I think it was poignant of what Rory had said in his post game press conference on Sunday, how you would expect more class out of the American spectator to root for their team as opposed to rooting against their opponents. He didn't he heard more boos and chants in regards to the opposition than he did in favor of their own team that they're in favor for. Where's the Scotty?
They won though, and then people are pissed off. We're sore losers a little bit.
Well, and good as justice is served, right? Like they had to. Hey, bro, it's like it. I don't want to. I don't want to go out. I don't want to go out on a ledge here and say it's like a bit of example of racism, but in a way, it is.
Nationalism.
It's a bit of a nationalism thing where but is that not the same? And it's so weird and hypocritical because these same spectators who love the sport of golf are cheering on Rory. Just a couple of tournaments ago, they were cheering his name, Rory McIlroy.
It's like wrestling. It's like wrestling, bro. This is like wrestling, bro. I swear, man.
You know what I mean?
We
Here you
sway
are,
the fans, and
it's like all of a sudden,
Rory
has turned heel, and he's the bad person.
I don't know if he did something that's made him be a heel.
But he did nothing. He did nothing but not be American.
He's going against the Old Glory team.
Yeah, he's American.
That's it.
I just don't understand, man. I think it's kind of insane.
It's funny because Rory's been big. Rory's an American citizen, isn't he?
No, he's not.
Doesn't he have? citizenship.
He
He
has, I
doesn't.
believe he has dual citizenship. I don't know. I'll check, fact check that. But he's definitely not an American citizen.
Well, he's
Well,
been
I mean,
very pro
born, American citizen.
American views and patriotic. With the live thing, everything. He's been, remember with the live thing popping off, and he was like, "These are the same 9/11," and
Here,
you know,
since you bring that up, by the way, with the whole live golf thing, okay? I'll propose to you this. Why? I'd make the argument to you. Why would? Sorry, everybody. As I mess up over
mm,
here, stream wise. I would propose to you, why would a player like Roy, at this point, especially receive the type of hate that he did, you know, um, here playing at the Ryder Cup, having to endure that type of hatred, and then, dealing with the hypocritical behavior and then going back out on the tour and then getting support from the same type of people that he literally just got that type of hatred from. Why would he stay here, especially with everything that's going on in the political climate in America?
I
Which is,
mean,
why would he
if
stay
you're
here and
asking
not
me,
go to live? Why would he stay here and not go to live and join them, take the money and do that at this point, especially after this Ryder Cup?
honestly, from his like it's funny, that you asked that. Based on what I was saying earlier, like he has been pro-American, patriotic. Like he's one of ours. You've heard him in the past, and for them to turn on him like that, I would feel away too.
Yeah,
I would be taken aback. Like I'm, but you, what the hell? And
yeah,
I'd probably get ready to leave too.
sure,
It would make me feel. I would be hurt.
yeah. And you're
I
right.
might be
Like
hurt
he stuck
because
it out. He
because
didn't
he
he
has a
didn't
lot of
go to
right
live.
wing views, and
Yeah,
a lot of those people on Long Island, he shares a lot of their views
yeah, yeah.
on that island. A lot of those Bethpage people believe it. I don't know if they knew that or not. Maybe
Right,
they think
but
I don't know.
ultimately their patriotism didn't matter when it came down to this one little significant tournament.
They gonna
That
disrespect him.
didn't
Yeah,
right,
they gonna disrespect him.
and that to me is insane. It really is.
Bro, it really just shows you what you're dealing with.
Yeah,
I mean, and the sides that actually, and it really is like wrestling. Like they make little, and it's like gangs. They'll have a whole big gang, then they'll have sets inside of the gang,
yeah,
and then they're gonna have sets inside of the sets. And now, so now there's infighting.
yeah,
You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? Now there's infighting because you get out of to go fight our old enemies, then you got to go through your own people now because, and it's worse like that. But in this scenario as well, it's the political climate has transcended race and gender and even sexuality
mm,
because you can be anything and be on a certain quote unquote side. You know what I mean?
yeah,
You could be anything, black, white, gay, whatever the hell you are, and be here. Just because you're this doesn't mean you can't be over here. There's a place for everyone,
mm,
depending on how you think. And before you know it, even if you're not choosing not to be involved, you're still involved. You're still gonna have to choose. It's crazy, bro. It's really like living in a game.
ah,
I'm serious, man.
no, you're right, absolutely.
It's tribal. It's
Absolutely.
tribal as hell. It's
Yeah,
tribal as heck.
yeah, man.
So shit's
It
crazy.
it really is, and just to see that, and I've talked about it, bro. Like I talked about it with you about the golf culture and things like that, and especially having experience in New York, there's something about it. And man, I don't know, everything that has gone on, especially in the
It's hard
aftermath,
to get tea time,
especially
man.
in the aftermath of this Charlie Kirk situation. I don't know, man. Like there's a lot of nationalism that's going on, a lot of patriotism that is rubbed the wrong way, and you're seeing
There's a
it
fine
in
line between
you know,
those two words.
yeah, there is, but is there at the same time? Very
Yeah, it's supposed to
similar.
be.
Yeah, I guess so. I don't think
They're
so anymore.
similar.
Yeah, very
No,
similar.
they're
Yeah,
similar. You know,
yeah,
nationalists, like, it becomes what, it's over everything.
yeah,
So when you say country over everything, now it's country over truth. You know,
yeah,
and country over, there's things. Patriotism is just, dun, 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 dun. 4th of July party celebrating, whatever, Americana tradition, quote unquote. But the nationalism is a little more extreme,
hmm
more serious. It could be more, more. I wouldn't say obsession, but possession. Possessiveness.
yeah,
So it's like when you're a nationalist, it's like having the kid that can't do any wrong. You know, when that's how you feel about your country and your flag and everything. So they're not going to say a white patriot. They're like he's a white nationalist, which is not a positive title or
no,
noun.
yeah.
You know, just like next thing they call you is an extremist or a supremacist. But he's
Yeah,
like he's a white
the
patriotic white guy.
Patriot title is definitely, yeah. That's okay, right? That's tolerated.
It's
Yeah,
supposed to be, yeah. I mean, whatever, man. People do whatever they want. I seen people have that Kermit the Frog, a right wing meme, and I was like, of a sad frog.
yeah.
Like, what the hell? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. As Nicki Minaj once said, I don't know.
I don't know.
You know what I'm saying? Fuck, you know what I'm saying? Yo, I don't know, bro.
Oh man.
But
And enough of that, bro. We are getting near that time. Been a little over. How long we been going on for now? Jesus, I think a little over 2 hours now. We've been going on for it. Definitely getting to the 2 hour mark. Thank you everybody for tuning in tonight, Mom. Thank you for hanging around with us again. Happy birthday, Mom. Appreciate you. Call you in a bit.
so
Yes, yes.
Cincinnati Dodgers,
Oh Jesus. Don't even.
real quick.
Cincinnati Dodgers. Do you really want to go
And
there?
then
Because I was gonna talk. I
no,
was gonna end it with
run through them all.
football. I was gonna end
Run
with
through them all
football
real
and all
quick.
that.
Pick,
And by the
and
way,
then
with the football picks, because I've been busy this weekend, I just automatically. I'm just gonna put that out there. I just automatically picked every opposite pick, the W pick. So whatever W you got, I got the opposite. I don't know. So
you're gonna
we'll
stretch.
see.
Yeah, see what
Yeah.
happens. That's okay. But wait, listen, I like
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
Head to head, baby.
that's okay. So I do
You
I
faded me. You faded everything I had. You faded everything.
right.
Got it.
That's what I did with that. We could go over the results another time with that. But yeah, I mean, you really want to get into this playoffs? I mean, listen, man,
Was it? It's
Cincinnati
Cubs,
Dodgers.
Astros, right?
Jesus Christ. I'm more interested in the
Cincinnati,
Yankees.
baby.
Yankees Red Sox is the premier division in all of this. Cubs and Padres are good. That's a good watch. Definitely a good watch with the Cubs and Padres. And I don't know who to pick in that series. To be honest with you, I think that's a pick 'em. It could go either way. Obviously, Cubs having home field, you give them a slight advantage, but it really could go any other way. I think both teams are very good. But and going forward, I think both teams can compete against the Brewers too. I don't see the Brewers as this juggernaut team. They have to prove it to me. They have to show it to me. We've been knowing this. We knew they would make the postseason. We knew they would get here. Did we think they would win in this type of fashion? No, they kind of ran away with it. I think a lot of guys overperformed for the Brewers this year, but a hell of a year for them. Nonetheless. They are probably outside of the Dodgers the favorite in the National League. Dub, I would think you would agree with me. Right? I don't think the Cubs,
The
Padres
Brewers.
are. Yeah, the Brewers and well, maybe the
I would
Phillies
think
you
the
could
I
throw in
would think
there.
the Phillies. I would think the Phillies because you were
You
talking about how the
you put the
Brewers got to show
Phillies
and prove.
you
I think the
put the
Phillies
Phillies
have.
over the
They're a
Brewers.
little bit more proven. They're a little bit more worn. war proven. The Phillies, they've been to the World Series a couple years ago.
Yeah.
So I would
Okay.
take them as the fave, especially with the Dodgers not having a bye. I would say the Phillies are the favorite, in my opinion.
I would think I would
But
give
you know,
the Brewers a slight edge over the Phillies, but I think they're very similar in their own right. Both teams to me are of
right.
like, well, you got to prove it to me. The Dodgers,
I believe
ironically, even though they didn't win division, did they win the
right.
division? No, they didn't.
They
Right now,
did. They just
they
had the
did.
third
Yeah,
seed.
it's the third seed, right? Ironically, even though they got the third seed, I don't view them as I kind of view them as a better team, but not really. Obviously, it's payroll,
Right. Why shouldn't
who
you?
they have,
They have the
like
personnel.
yeah. But so like they're kind of like not a true third, but also not a true one. They're kind of in that
Kind of
weird,
like the Yankees.
yeah,
Kind of like the
yeah,
Yankees.
yeah. So we'll see.
Kind of
But
like
I
the
think
Yankees on the other.
the Phillies definitely are a team that can take it. I think the National League is open though, man. I really do. I don't. The Reds are out of it. Let's be for real. Like that Dodgers Reds. If the Dodgers lose to the Reds, I mean, come on. That would probably be the worst collapse of all time. Yeah, even more so than the Mets
We've seen
in terms of
crazy.
the 25.
Have we seen crazy? We've seen crazy things before.
Could you imagine? Bro,
That'd be crazy, bro.
that would be insane. Like
I
that,
remember
yeah,
not a couple years ago, the Rockies decimated a top seeded Phillies team.
yeah,
Maybe it was '08, the same year. No, in '08 they won it. It probably was '07, the year that the Rockies lost to Boston.
yeah,
And it was the year when the Mets collapsed and the Phillies, blah, blah, blah. But the Phillies were like 90 something wins and the Rockies just decimated. And we were stunned, but it just doesn't happen. It's just like, I'm talking about 18 years ago. So that would be stunning, bro. If they were
yeah.
able to knock off the Dodgers,
That's what
even though
I'm.
it's a
Yeah,
3-game set,
right.
and anything can happen in a 3-game set, but hey, listen, they come out, they win tomorrow night. Hey, listen, baby, you just got to get one of two.
Right. Yeah,
One
no,
is
no
one of
doubt.
the ball game. That's what makes it a beautiful thing, as you would say. That's what makes the MLB playoffs a beautiful thing. To see these 6 teams,
Yeah.
2 out of 3,
And
and it
then,
makes the Yankees scary with the Red Sox coming in.
yeah. And then you look towards the American League. Obviously, Yankees coming in at the fourth seed, facing the Red Sox. We got tomorrow, 6 p.m. Right. Listen. What Freed and Crochet, right? That's the matchup.
Yes, sir.
Gonna be great.
Yes, sir.
This is cinema in itself. Probably the best matchup
Yeah.
out of them all. Um,
Prime
you know,
time, Maddie.
prime time. Well, not really prime time, 6 p.m. But you know,
Almost.
it essentially prime time. I don't understand why they're going at 6. By the way, well, I guess Dodgers are
Yeah.
getting 9 p.m.
They
time.
want to. Yeah,
Dodgers are
nah,
getting a
yeah, they want to
9.
all
It's
get a
weird.
home game.
Yeah, that's
What is it?
interesting.
1 o'clock,
Yeah.
4 o'clock.
Why
This
not?
is
Why
or
not
3 o'clock.
7 or 8 for the Yankees, Red Sox? Why not 7 or why 6?
Uh,
Listen. It's what tomorrow's a Tuesday. Like people are just getting home at 6. You know what I'm saying? Like they're not settled in, ready to go on the East Coast.
in
You know?
California, it's going to be
Yeah.
3:30. All right.
Yeah, but right, exactly. On the California, it's 3:30.
But
East Coast is people are still might be traveling or just getting off of work or just getting home. It's I think that's a shit time, for the viewership. I don't know why they wrote that there.
they
And at
want
6
people. I think
p.m.
they want people on the East Coast to tune into that second game a little bit. The last game, I should say.
I guess so, right? Yeah, because they're going at 9 p.m. So that would make sense. You're right. That's a good point. Yeah, yeah.
Try to get them in. Hey, we're gonna get them in for this New York game, because we would try to watch the game. We're gonna try to find a way.
Right.
If it's 6 o'clock start, we're watching it. So
But this is good, man. Listen, this is what the Yankees are built for. It's sad that they didn't get the division. And again, looking back at the predictions, I believe I didn't have them win the division. I think you did, right?
I did. You
I
had
think you
Boston.
had them,
I had
yeah,
Yankees.
yeah. And we were both wrong. and Toronto ends up getting the division. But it wasn't far off. It wasn't far off. It wasn't like either of our
Yeah,
predictions
man,
were
we gotta
off.
go
Yeah,
go look at that show and how we could have dissected it. Now we get some of the stuff from that show,
yeah. But
the review show or the preview show.
but again, like I wouldn't necessarily look at the Yankee season as a disappointment. Obviously, it started out, you know, with a bang and losing the race. Obviously Max Fried, filling in that slot, doing his thing. You've seen the contributions of Ken Schlittler. I did it. I did do it. I did it. I said it wrong, not live. Getting contributions from Cam, has been huge as he head into the playoffs, especially. You know, and listen, as long as this team is hitting away, yeah, for sure. Rodon has been as advertised. He's done what he needed to do. Luis
He really
Gil,
has. He really
nice.
has.
Like you have the pitching that's there. That's necessary.
Yeah.
When you stack it up against everybody else, the Jays, the Mariners, I don't quite see it. I would say the Red Sox, pitching wise, can stack up, and this
Maybe.
is the series. Honestly, this is the series to me for the Yankees because I think they could lose against the Red Sox. I really do. I
Of
think
course
this
they
is
can
this is a
lose.
very losable series for them. I think I would be less worried if they got through this series and they beat the Red Sox and they face the Jays. No problem. Yankees are going on. Like that's how I view it. They would go on. They would face Seattle. They would, or whoever it is at that point, whether it be Detroit or Guardians as well. And they would beat them. I strongly believe that. But I think the Red Sox, for whatever reason, it's like their kryptonite, the history. Um, I think you better watch out here. All I'm saying is that Game 1 is huge. It could change, it could change everything. Obviously, in the series, you don't need
That
much.
is going to be crazy, man. Be
It
crazy,
will.
man. That
Yeah,
building's going to be insane.
it will.
The Red Sox, they're built. They're built to beat the Yankees. That's all they think of. I mean, this they're primed to be able to go to do. Shoot, the Yankees got a lot of guys. You got your ace going. And like Maddie said, you guy for step right into the role of Garrett.
Yeah.
There's no reason you can't you win Game 1, you get Garrett out the way, and then you just give yourself an opportunity to cruise into the second round. And that's the bottom line in these short series, Maddie. Is Game 1.
Mm-hmm.
It really is.
Yeah, man.
Especially being on when you get the road team. If you can get that road team that loss coming in, and you just punch them, and now you can put them. There's no playing, bro. It's 3 games in the Bronx. That's it.
So we got a chat on the YouTube. Jose Marrero. All right, I have to get this translated. This is great. I'm gonna take a screenshot of this.
Mm-hmm.
But it says, saludos desde Puerto Rico para mis dos chocolates. Que Dios te bendiga siempre. Amen. Bendiciones. ah, I. So he's from Puerto Rico. I don't know if he's talking about you in terms of the chocolate. Is Dub, your audio is kicking out a little bit, bro. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, you better now. There you go. What were you saying?
Yeah. Yeah. So
Did you hear me at all?
yeah, yeah. I heard what you said about the chocolate.
Oh,
I don't know what you
okay.
want.
I just want.
I heard that.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm just pointing that out there. That was a little while ago. Coming from Puerto Rico.
Chocolate.
Appreciate you.
Hey, Jose.
What's up, Jose? How you doing? Yeah.
Oh yeah. You ever seen What's the name of this movie? I can't remember it. Forget it. It was a war movie. But anyway, it was a World War II movie. But anyway, yeah, the Yankees, Red Sox. I mean, it's like any other short series, Matty. Game one, and that's what it's all about. Winning game one and putting yourself in position, taking that pressure off, putting the pressure on them.
Yeah.
Uh,
Well, we'll see. What do you think? What's your prediction going forward? Like, what do you think the Yankees do here?
I think the
You know,
yeah, I think the Yankees beat them. I think the Yankees beat them in. All right, yeah, we're gonna say 3.
yeah.
I think the Red Sox will take them there. Yeah, I think they'll split the first. Yeah. All right, 2. I think they put the pressure on the
It's gonna
Yankees
be
and
a
they'll win.
tight, contested game 3, and the Yankees pull
Right.
it out.
I don't know.
Yep.
I don't want to go into
Right.
that. There will be a game 3, and the Yankees win in 3.
All right. I got Red
We
Sox in
feel,
3. How about
we feel,
that?
of course you do, but nah, the Red Sox not gonna beat the Yankees.
For the sake of the show and for contesting against it, I have the
You
Red Sox
built the
in 3.
Yankees up the whole last 2-3 weeks. The Yankees time. You
Yeah.
celebrate all for this setup.
Yeah.
I seen you coming a mile away. You know that? I'm gonna do this. Why? Like, what makes you think? I mean, they're a tough little gritty team. They've been overachieving all year, and that's cool. But the buck stops here. This is the real deal right here, man. So we'll
I
see. We'll
well,
see.
listen. I don't know. Listen, I told you. I said, I'm not being a Yankee hater. I'm just simply saying
You,
that
you're looking at that's
that
how you're looking at it.
that this is the one team that could be their kryptonite. And
Mhm.
this time of year, it doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter if you're the best team. Winning the division matters in this expanded playoff. It helps you. It does.
Justin Fields
I'm
is out
sorry.
here, by the way.
He's playing.
Yeah, he's
All
playing.
right. Justin Fields is playing. Is the game already
He played.
started?
Yeah,
Oh
yeah.
yeah. All
They're
right.
getting
Yeah.
underway.
All right. Yeah. Let me know about that as we close out the show. Um,
So yeah,
but
but yeah, man.
no. Listen. I think the Red Sox are their one kryptonite, and I think there's a potential that they could really
So
lose the series. I think Boston wins in 3. I don't hope for it. I really don't. Like I really wish, for the sake of New York and for the sake of New York fans, the Yankees win. And
they
I
beat
have no
the Yankees all
hatred towards
year.
them. You know,
They have beaten the Yankees a lot.
and if they can beat the Red Sox, then they will go on to win it all. Or at least get the
That's what I
World
was about to
Series.
say to you. So they
You
can
know,
get through that.
yes, then they will go on. I don't know if they win the World Series, but they will get to the World Series again. Then again, like looking at the World Series in terms of a National League team, I don't know. Like, okay, if it's the Dodgers again, maybe. Outside of that, like, I don't know, man. Like, I don't really see a National League team that scares
Mhm.
me as I'm a Yankee fan, as I'm sitting up there. Like, I think they would equally stack up to any team. You know, any way
Yankees
you
up
look
three
at it. You
nothing.
know
By
what
the
I
way,
mean? Who?
the
Who?
Dolphins. They're up 3-0.
3-0 already, Miami Dolphins. How about that? What, first drive? Field goal? Yeah.
Yeah, 47 yards. 47 yards. Yeah,
47 yarder for
yeah,
Miami Dolphins. There you go.
yes, yeah.
Ah,
Jets got the ball 7:30.
all right. So Justin Fields on the field today. Let's see how he does as we wrap it up for Epis Sports Radio episode 38. We're getting out of here. All right. Happy Mental Monday to all of you. I will not be doing a Mental Monday tonight. Just
They tapped
I'm on,
out.
I'm on vacation. I could go, but I'm gonna choose not to and do my thing. Enjoy the rest of my night. Gotta
Me too.
prepare anyway for the day ahead of me tomorrow, as I got a lot planned for me on the dock with the family. But this show will be up, post edited in due time. And again, I apologize for that. We had some technical difficulties, things like that, so it's not going to be the cleanest episode, for all of you that, watched here, whether you were live with us today or in post. But again, I appreciate you, as always, for showing up. Dub, any closing comments, bro, as we close out this beautiful Mental Monday?
Man, the Jets need to win this game. Jets, get it done. Everyone's watching. Historically, Jets on a national game is always some way to embarrassing the fan base. Just hopefully tonight is not one of those historic nights. That's all I have tonight, everyone. Thanks for pulling up, showing up, all of that. Appreciate you guys.
Indeed. Again, thank you everybody for showing up. As always, we appreciate you. Stay tuned all week for content as it comes out. I am away, so the content, things like that, may be taking a little bit of backseat, but I'll be back to it in due time. So make sure you subscribe, follow, do all that you can necessary to keep yourself informed about the show going forward. And that's it. Follow my boy W. Dubois on YouTube, alright, and all the other socials. Got me, Epis Benedetti on Facebook and Instagram and TikTok. Listen, it's been a beautiful Monday. Happy Mental Health Monday, even though it comes off of an absolute Mets collapse. I didn't think I would have to have this conversation or have to have this episode, but here we are. As the playoffs are about to begin tomorrow, I turn my Mets hat into a Yankee hat, and I hope that they can find a way and move forward. It dubs in disgust over here.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
You're going through it right now.
What? Excuse me.
You're losing
Listen.
it a little bit.
I'm losing it. Oh Jesus. Listen.
A little bit.
Unlike you, I was there in 2009 for Game 1 of every playoff series for the New York Yankees, all right? So,
I was there too. I wasn't in the ballpark.
No, you weren't. I was
watched.
in the ballpark. All right? I was in the ballpark.
Right, listen. Does it make you a better fan than me? I watched everything. I loved it. Yogi Cabrera, baby.
Yeah, I watched that too, by the way. Yeah. Just to let you know, I watched that too.
Man.
But yeah. Listen, man.
Good for you. You seen some greatness.
Yeah, I'm going through it, bro. All right, let me go through it. All right, enjoy your time.
Remember, Burnett stepped
up,
and everyone thought that he was a waste. And then the playoff AJ came out. What? Up yours, Cliff Lee. Up yours, Cliff Lee. We didn't need you.
Listen, man.
Cliff Lee. How dare he?
Listen, man. All right. Enough with you. All right. I'm rooting for the Yankees. Get on my side with it. All right.
He is not, guys.
I am. Boston. Stop. I picked Boston, but I'm rooting for the Yankees. Stop.
Oh my God.
I want to see it happen. I'm an independent observer that's saying Boston's going to win.
There you go. There you go. The independent observer. Objective.
All right, man. My man, Pots and Pans, bro. My man, Pots and Pans, W. Dubois. All right, it's been a good time, man. Good episode. Great hanging with you as always, bro. Keep showing up. Everybody, tune in next time to Epis Sports Radio, episode 39. And stay tuned for everything else. We appreciate you. Keep showing up as always. Matty B, Epis Sports Radio.
Broadcasting from the capital of sports, it's the Matty B Show. Right here on Epis Sports Radio.